All right, y'all, real quick. I don't have much time. I just need you to follow me, okay? So, the other day, me and my husband, we kind of had a little disagreement, right? I'm not going to say it's an argument because it was an instance where I had offended my husband and I triggered him to get upset. But in that moment, I had told myself, okay, let me give him his space. Then when he's ready to talk or have an avenue open, let me come at him gently to try to resolve the issue. Because now that I am a wife, y'all, I really prefer peace in my home more than anything else, okay? And I've gone to realize too, just looking at day to day, what the world has put out there as far as relationships and how broken homes unfortunately are running rapid. That's not happening here in my home. Those generational curses will end with me. But I feel like I should touch bases on this too. Now, ladies, if you get offended, please don't. I do know we emotionally respond instead of just listening and extracting the truth and dropping the hurt. So just stay with me, okay? Okay, so upon me reading my Bible now, for those of you who've been following me, I have been trying to get in my word, okay? Not the Bible app. I know, yes, there is still saying resources. It's something about this physical book, y'all, that just, it does something to me, okay? The words permeate over my spirit. The book is alive, okay? Just know that. Anywho, I came across Proverbs, and throughout me reading Proverbs, I noticed how a lot of times quarrelsome wife was mentioned in the book of Proverbs. Most of you may know, some of you may know, at the very end of Proverbs, Proverbs 31, is where they discuss the virtuous woman, which is pretty much supposed to be God's definition of how a woman is supposed to be in her household, in her marriage, on this earth, period, right? Right, okay. So, since me and God was having a talk, all right, I literally listed down every chapter and verse that had quarrelsome in it. And I was breaking down the meaning of what it is and what's going on. So just a few examples. Proverbs 21:9. It's better to live alone in a corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. Now, for those of you who do not know what quarrelsome is, I'll go ahead and lay that definition for you. It's pretty much just saying quick to pick a fight or disagree. So you have a person who's constantly moody. They always want to fight with you. They always want to disagree. There's no resolution. There's no peace. That's what a quarrelsome person is, okay? So back to Proverbs. Now, Proverbs chapter 21, verse 19. It says it's better to live alone in the desert with a quarrelsome... it's better to live alone in the desert than with a quarrelsome, complaining wife. There's that word quarrelsome again. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 24 is the exact same as chapter 21:9. It's better to live alone in a corner of the attic than with a quarrelsome wife. Then we go down to Proverbs 27, verse 15. A quarrelsome wife is as annoying as a constant dripping on a rainy day. Stopping her complaints is like trying to stop the wind or trying to hold something with greased hands. Now, y'all, reading that alone lets me know a few things. One, as a woman, we're not supposed to be moody. We're not supposed to be nagging or complaining in reference to our husbands. Okay? Technically, we ain't supposed to be like that, period, because God says, in general, everybody just needs to be having love and showing or exemplifying love and respect towards others. But specifically for a wife, it breaks down and says that it's better for a man to be in a corner of an attic alone than to be with a nagging wife, okay? Now, my thought process was, as a child growing up, I always enjoyed and admired traditional marriages. Old school back in the day, the man is home, the man is at work, he's providing for his family. The wife is at home, taking care of her home and her children, and helping her husband, with structure as far as getting the bills and stuff together. That's how I grew up. That's how I wanted my marriage to be as I've grown up. That's the definition of what I thought marriage was supposed to be. And it is. So in the Bible, it lets you know pretty much point blank that as a wife, You're supposed to be submissive to your husband. You're supposed to be a helper to man that is suitable and right for you. Now, this is not something that I'm saying you're supposed to be to every man that has come into your life, opened the door, called you pretty, called your phone. No. This is supposed to be what a wife is supposed to be to that direct person who's equally yoked with her. Okay? Now, you can be equally yoked with someone, but if you have a heart and heart as a woman and you're trying to go ahead and just say what you want and not necessarily evaluate how you are as a woman or as a person who's capable of being a wife, you need to actually reach out to God and ask Him for discernment for yourself. People won't like me hearing it, or should I say women won't like me hearing it or saying it a lot of times, because it's more like, what? We already got enough on our shoulders. Now you're telling me I need to be submissive, I need to be this, and maybe. Yes, boo. Yes. Cut everything down. Cut everything down. Yes. You're supposed to be submissive to your husband in everything. And it says that in the Bible as well. Let me actually pull up that verse for those who don't want to know the truth. One moment, please. Okay, so here we have in 1 Peter chapter 3. And it says right here. I'm going to post this for you too. In the same way, you wives must accept the authority of your husbands. Then, even if some refuse to obey the good news, your godly lives will speak to them without any words. They will be won over by observing your pure and reverent lives. Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead. Hold on, y'all. Turn to the next page. You should clothe yourself instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to God. Now, I'm taking a moment of silence because that's something that a lot of women have not been doing lately. We feel as though because we have taken on so much of the household in our family, we low-key have taken on the role of the husband. And now we feel as though we're able to demean or talk down to him without consequence. But you do know, no matter whether your husband is doing right by you or your household or not, God still judges your actions as a wife. And here as well, ladies, is where it comes down to, I need y'all to pray for your husbands. And I'm not just saying pray for him so he can get it together. You need to pray and ask God, please, Lord, help me to learn how to love the person that you have assigned for me as my husband. Help me to give him the respect and the submission that is required for him as my husband. We are not demeaned or belittled, you guys, when they say submissive. A lot of women get so offensive. I'm not submitting to no man. La, 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 la. Boo, and that's a problem. You have no self-control. And the reason why I say you have no self-control is because in the Bible, God himself says so we need to submit ourselves in everything to our husband. Even if our husband may not be doing the right thing, guess what? God shows favor to his wife, the husband's wife, because of the fact that she is still honoring her husband. She's still doing what God has asked and required her to do as a helper to man. If you keep belittling your husband, you're not doing nothing around the house, he's working, you're at home and you're just chilling, what does your husband have to respect? You're not giving your husband nothing. You're not giving your boyfriend no inkling of a secure future or a structured household with you. It's not just about the men, ladies. We got to get ourselves together too, is all I'm saying. No disrespect towards anyone. Again, if you are not in this predicament, if this does not pertain to you, baby, don't take offense to it. But ladies, we need to have a higher standard for ourselves and not just saying the people that we pick. Because obviously whatever's going on inside of you made you pick that person. It's not always the man. Reevaluate, ladies, where we coming from. You want to be that virtuous and capable woman? Be that. But you got to get yourself together first. I love you, babies. Don't be mad, okay?